Okay, all right. Now let's look at this one now. Basically, now let's look at this question. They say determine how long it would take Candace to pay back a loan of 50,000 if she is able to repay 2,500 per month at an interest rate of 10% uh per annum compounded monthly, right? So basically now this question, or rather what we are going to do in this question is we are going to learn in terms of how to calculate the number of months, or the number of months that is that Candace will be in a position to pay, right? Or rather to settle a loan of 50,000 if it's given at an interest rate of 10%. Now, basically, already we know that this is going to be a present value annuity because this is a loan, right? So if this is a loan, already we know that this is going to be our present value annuity. And now, what else we need to know, or rather, what else we need to consider is that now when we use the present, or rather, when you have a loan, this is going to be your PV value, right? So now, do we have the PV value? Yes, our PV value is going to be 50,000. What else we have? We have our X, or rather, the monthly installment, which is 2,500. And we have our interest, and the interest given there, it is what? It is your 10%, and 10% is same as 10 divided by 100, which is same as 0.1 over, right? Over what? This is 10 over your 12, right? Because this is going to be the monthly installment. And what we are looking for basically is the number of months which Candace can be in a position to repay back this particular loan. Now let's start here. So we're going to start with our present value formula. This is going to be your PV, which is X into 1 subtract your 1 plus your I to the power of negative n, and then we close bracket I, right, which is the interest. Now let's start here. Do we have the present value? Yes, we already have the present value, and the present value that we are given here, it is what? It is 50,000. So this is 50,000, which is equal to 2,500 into, this is going to be 1 subtract your 1 plus the interest, and the interest, and there it is 0.10 over 12. And we are looking for our n over your 0.10 over your 12. Isn't it so? Then that is what we are going to do. And now after here, what is it that we are going to do? As always, now for us to be in a position to calculate this, you need to start with this. And now you do what? You multiply it with your 50,000. And when you multiply this with your 50,000, what you are going to get basically, it is going to be 1,000 to 1,250 over your 3. And then this is going to be equals to, you still have your 2,500 here into bracket. This is 1 plus your interest. This is going to be 1. Remember, the formula here start with 1, so we need to start with this one first. So this is going to be now 1 subtract your 1 plus your 0.10 over your 12. Isn't it so? To the power of negative n. That's what we have here. So now let's try and continue this side. And now then what we are going to have, when you add all of this, basically this is going to be same as now here. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to now divide by 2,500 both sides. So even this side, you are dividing by 2,500. And when you divide by 2,500 this side, what you are going to get basically, this is going to be 1 over 6, right? 1 over 6, which is equals to now 1 subtract, and this is going to be your 1 plus your 0.10 over your 12 to the power of negative n. Isn't it so? And now what you're then going to do now, you're going to take this one and transpose it this side. So when you take this one and transpose it this side, or rather this is going to be 1 over 6 subtract 1. And 1 over 6 subtract 1 is going to give you negative 5 over 6. Negative 5 over 6, which is still going to be equals to And now here you are going to have the negative because of this one. Remember, the one when you took it this side, this negative was not affected. So this is going to be 1 again. Let's just write this the way it is. It's 1 over 0, 10 over your 12 to the power of negative n. Right now, this is what we are having. So basically now when we are here in this position, we can now multiply by what? The negative first, so that we remove the negative. So when we multiply by the negative, this is going to be 5 over 6, which is equals to now your 1 plus your 0, 10 over your 12 to the power of negative n. And now here, what we are going to do, we are going to apply now our log, because we are looking for the n, and there's nothing that we can do here in except for applying the log. Now, before that, let's just come in here. Let's make up some space here and see in terms of what can we do with our log. Look, basically, the law of log states that now, if, for example, if let's say you are having 8, which is equals to 2 to the power of x, right? This is just an example of log. Then now, to write this in log form, or to get your log form, this is going to be same as what? Your x is going to be equal to log base 2. And remember here, isn't it that this is the base of this exponent? So then, which means now when you go to your log, this is going to be the log base of 2 into what? Into 8. So basically that's what we are going to do. And which means in your calculator, it is this button that is having your bracket here and also your bracket here. So basically that is going to be your button for log. And now then, this is going to be the same thing that we are going to apply here. Now, then what we are going to have here, this is basically going to be same as now. This is going to be your negative n, which is equals to your log, right? Log, which one is going to be the base? The base is going to be this particular value. This is going to be your base. Now, if this is your base, now if you can add this, rather this, let's just punch it the way it is. This is going to be 1 plus your 0, 10 over your 12. Then this becomes your base. And the value this side is going to be what? It is going to be the 5 over 6 now. Isn't it so? And then what you're going to get when you punch this in your calculator, your n is going to be now your negative 2, 1, 96, 21,96. And now, since you have this, then you're going to multiply by the negative both sides. So which means your value of your n, this one is going to be now your positive 2, 1,96, which is 21, right? So therefore, when you conclude here, you can conclude that now the number of months, it's going to be your 22 months. You're just going to round this off. So this is going to be your 22 months. And besides, this 96, isn't it that after the 21st month, this can also be, or rather this remaining value will be calculated in the following month. So that's why we are saying now the totality of months is going to be 22 months for Candace to settle this loan. So basically, this is what we do then when we want to calculate what is going to be our value of our n using the present value annuity.